It's still early in the year, but playoff talk already starting to pick up as Truex, Logano are set to lead the field to the green flag, as the green flag is out in a great launch off the grid for Martin Truex Jr. in that Bass Pro Shops Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing. Bowman in second place just behind him, and Jay Bowman has really stepped it up this season. Once again, last week, of course, came up a little bit short of victory against his teammate Kyle Larson, but we've been seeing week after week that 48 Ally Financial Chevrolet has been strong, and he's showing it again already on just lap 2.
And it seems like it's just a matter of time until that 48 finds its way to victory lane. He's been so much better this season than he was last year. Challenged Martin Truex right there for a moment for the lead, but Truex was able to get the launch off the corner, got easily clear of him, and now Bowman has to settle again for second place. Fighting going on between teammates behind him, but Bowman having a much better start than this year. His Hendrick teammates having a lot of success. I think Bowman's going to find it at some point as well.
Truex right now in the preferred position, and if he's able to cover off the inside, he should be able to comfortably stay ahead, unless Alex Bowman, of course, is willing to give him that bumper. Now, as we look a little bit further down there, you see William Byron running in 6th place. Great start to the season for William Byron with a win already, as well as a couple of stage wins. And I mean, Jay, we as well know, even if you're not winning races, stage wins just as important. 1 playoff point per stage win. Right now, we've got 2 drivers with 3 stage wins. That's Chase Elliott, that's as well as Kevin Harvick. You see that number 27 actually got a bunch of smoke pouring out of the back of that car, and that is going to be the end of their day. No.
I think you just got to hold on to that second position. You can't really send it from as far back as he is and try and just cover off Logano, who does get a look to his inside because Bowman kind of full sent the corner a little bit. If there was another couple of laps, Logano perhaps might have been able to challenge for second, but he doesn't get it. Bowman holds on. Truex holds on for the stage win, and Martin Truex Jr. is able to get his, I think, first stage win of the season.
Alex Bowman, he's going to be the first rolling, but not going to be enough, I don't think, for Truex. Oh, it is. Truex slow in the pits. He's going to lose a couple of positions. Blaney into second. Truex down to 4th place. To the green flag for the start of stage 2. A miserable time in the pit lane for Martin Truex Jr. puts him down in 4th place, and we saw William Byron right there, Jay, take advantage. He was able to leapfrog over Logano, and he might even get Truex.
Truex looked like he was struggling there for a moment off of turn 2 as well. I thought he was going to hit the wall for a moment, but got it saved. And
he
now
is on it.
The inside of Reddick, sorry. And yeah, you are right. He is on it. He is very fast right now. Reddick not really able to get kind of his breath caught before Truex is to his inside, immediately challenging him for that 3rd place. Still challenging him right now through 1 and 2. Reddick's going to get the run off the corner, though, get himself clear, and now he's going to go and challenge Ryan Blaney for 2nd place.
It almost looks like they can really get a good run on the exit of the corner if they run the top, but Reddick right now relatively even, about 3/4 of a car length back as they head down into turn 1. Can he complete the pass? Bowman, of course, loving what he's seeing in his rear view mirror, but look at the run on the top right there once again. Jay, and now Blaney, he's going to take the momentum into 3.
And he took it into 3, got to the inside of Bowman. Now Bowman's going to have the advantage of being on the outside, and we're seeing they're getting a huge run, not necessarily off of turn 4, but off of turn 2. If you're on the outside, you can get a massive run, so look for Bowman to get the same thing right here. He actually goes up the track a little bit, though, and I thought for a moment he was going to hit the wall, but was able to keep it clean and got himself easily clear again.
In raw pace is a caution. Caution's actually on the track here from Martinsville Speedway, and I believe it's going to be the 34 of McDowell. We see a very interesting call, and it's Kyle Larson's going to come into the pits.
And that could be really sketchy for Larson because no one else pits with him, so he might wind up falling a lap down. Same thing maybe for Chase Elliott as well. They got to be really careful doing this pitting if you're near the back. I think that anybody back here is going to wind up losing a lap onto the pits here.
Here's a look. Michael McDowell actually blew an engine going down into turn 1. Right there, you notice the smoke. He goes into the grass, comes back up the track, and stops directly in front of the 66. And that is why we are under caution here from Martinsville Speedway. For about those guys that pitted during that last caution, do you think there's any world where they take a gamble here and stay out at the end of stage 2? Or do you think they have to come into the pit lane? Because we still ran about half the stage as Blaney's going to make a move for the lead.
I do think there is a possibility that they stay out this stage, or at the end of the stage right here, but Ryan Blaney, strong move up the inside in 3 and 4, still to the inside going down into 1 and 2, but we know the grip strip is the big place to be here in 1 and 2, and Bowman is going to have it. Let's see how much of a run he gets off of turn 2, gets it right there, clear easily of Ryan Blaney.
Gilliland for Front Row Motorsports, but back up front once again, are we seeing... What is going on here? What has just happened? What in the world was that? Have you ever? Logano stopped in the grass. Byron has piled in as well. We got multiple cars piling in. What in the world?
Everybody piling into this. What?
Caution's out. The caution is out. The 43 is on his roof. The 43 is on his roof. Bowman holds on to the lead. Here's a look what happened. Second time a driver has blown an engine tonight. It was Austin Cindric this time around. He stops in the corner. The AI were reacting to the 2-car having his moment, and that's what caused this absolute mess. And Jay, it turned into a massive mess as everybody starts piling in, and you'd see the aftermath here as we're going to see a bunch of cars just pile in on the inside.
Yeah, it turns really messy when you get towards the back of the pack here. Everybody's still slamming in the back, and Cody Ware, sorry, comes in there at the end of it really quickly, finishes off. Eric Jones finishes off a couple of drivers as well, and then still bulldozes his way past Ricky Stenhouse. But it seemed like the leaders, like I said, were reacting to Austin Cindric, and then he got cleared out of the way. They started to unreact to him, and then actually Harvick gets spun again under caution.
By Bubba
so the
Wallace.
chaos still continued all the way through.
That caused their car to stop on track. We're back underway for stage 3. Jay, this could be the opportunity Ryan Blaney needs to get past that 48 because he's got 2 lap cars directly in front of that Ally Financial Chevrolet, and it might be the move right here into turn 3.
And that 78 we were talking about earlier is extremely slow, and it allowed Ryan Blaney to get a good launch off of turn 2, even though he was on the inside lane. Now, looks like he's going to be clear, yes, clear of Bowman, and almost to the inside of the 78. He is to the inside of the 78.
Going up and over his teammate Chase Elliott, of course, DNF'd out of the race after that, but Larson, he was one of the survivors, and his car looks relatively clean, and we're seeing him slowly chip away, and he might even have a chance to rebound to a top 10 before this race is over. Ryan Blaney into the pit lane now, and he's going to bring Cody Ware with him as well, but Chris Buescher in, so Blaney pits from the lead, couldn't quite get past his teammate of Cindric, but was at least able to hold off Alex Bowman as well as Kurt Busch. As you see, everybody's coming in now. The pit lane's getting busy, but Jay, notably, Bowman and Kurt Busch are going to stay out at least an extra lap here in Martinsville. Is this maybe the right call or maybe the wrong call to make?
On those new tires, and he was almost so quick that he almost got into the side of his teammate of Joey Logano. That time, dives bomb Harrison Burton, now stuck behind the 10.
Oh, there it is!
I don't know if that's a caution, but
yes, it is. Yellow is out.
See if it's a caution, and it is a caution. So for Alex Bowman, this is huge, and for Blaney, this is also huge.
And Kurt Busch, he's going to be second place. Ryan Blaney's not going to be on the lead lap. Here's why we're under caution. Eric Jones, for the first time, actually made a complete lap without pitting, and well, in the process of that, he wipes out Austin Dillon going down into turn 3. So, Jay, Jones certainly making his presence known as he's finally back out on track. Same for Christopher Bell as we get back underway here from Martinsville Speedway. So now, Jay, into the equation with all this chaos with the caution and the pit lane and everything, and cars being a lap down on the lead lap, etc. This puts the race leader of Bowman smack dab in the middle of traffic. This could be an advantage for Kurt Busch, or it could be a disadvantage. We really don't know how this is going to shake up for anybody at this point now with only 40 laps remaining in this race. See the rest of these battles throughout the pack, and Kyle Larson really benefited from that whole mess there with the caution coming out during the pit cycle. He's up into 6th place. Truex, Jay, I think maybe the most consistent driver through all this chaos is Truex. Ever since he lost the lead in stage 1, he's been about 5th or 6th and has somehow survived all of these weird moments to still be in about that 5th or 6th position. And here, as we actually see, there's that 45, Jay, looking up the inside of the 21. If he plays his cards right, he could clear him into turns 1 and 2, and just one car in between him and that 48 in the closing 10 laps.
I thought he wasn't going to get him clear right there, and he isn't going to get Harrison Burton clear, but this time around, Harrison's going to have the run off the corner, but not going to be enough to clear Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch going to have his car to the inside, still going into 3 and 4, and this time around, I think Kurt could get clear going into 1 and 2, and maybe even down the front straightaway. Yeah, already clear and already challenging Ryan Blaney as well, so Kurt finding some late race speed all of a sudden. I think he might be the quickest car on track at the moment, already challenging Ryan Blaney, and you can see Bowman challenging his Kurt Busch's teammate, Bubba Wallace.
Well, Bowman knows he needs to go now. Trying to get to that back bumper of that number 12 by Jay. Just 10 laps to go, and the caution! Caution is out here in Martinsville with 10 laps remaining. It might be for that guy right there, Kyle Busch, and this is going to force a late race restart. Thank goodness it's early enough to where we will finish this race under green flag conditions. We expect at least. Reason we're under caution, Kyle Busch is going to actually merge up into the side of the 41 of Cole Custer on the exit of turn 2 right there, gets turned into the outside wall, and Jay, we're going to see Kyle Larson's day come to an end right there.
Yeah, and we were wondering if that was the contact that ended his day, and it was. He got into Kyle Busch pretty hard, and you can see that would be the reason why his day is done. Same thing for Kyle Busch as well.
Getting ready to go green for a 5-lap dash here from Martinsville Speedway. Alex Bowman in control, has 2 cars in between him and second place at Kurt Busch, and that's Bubba Wallace and Ryan Blaney. So Bowman has a clear advantage here, Jay, with 5 laps to go, and that is a very quick sprint. That's about a minute and a half, if that, or maybe closer to 2 minutes. But do you think there's anything that Kurt Busch can do, or is it pretty much just hold on and just accept a second place finish?
Well, I think the Kurt's best chance was to make a move right there into turn one on the restart, and he didn't do that. Just kind of sitting behind Blaney right now, and also going to let actually Harrison Burton get to the inside of him.
It's Alex Bowman who leads away with 2 laps to go in Martinsville. And actually, Jay, here comes Tyler Reddick. Oh, hold on, he might even have a shot at Kurt Busch for second before this thing's over.
Tyler Reddick has been very quick since this restart happened. I noticed immediately he was being super aggressive. Now on the back bumper of Kurt Busch almost, but Harrison Burton sends it up the inside, causes Reddick to have to use the high line in 3 and 4. That would be an advantage to Reddick in 1 and 2, not necessarily in 3 and 4, but gets clear again going down on the final lap. Reddick is here, but not able to really put any kind of challenge onto Kurt Busch.
And down the back straightaway for the final time, Kurt Busch stays ahead as they head through turns 3 and 4. Alex Bowman, the rough luck is over this year. He's going to exit turn 4, and he will win in Martinsville. Into the playoffs goes Alex Bowman. Kurt Busch second, just holding off Tyler Reddick for a third place finish. Exceptional days for those drivers as well. Hemrick in fourth, Martin Truex Jr. will round out the top 5, and Kaz Gralla for the Team Money team is the final car on the lead lap in the 10th position, a top 10. Next episode, well, Jay, next week we go to, I think, a massive curveball race. Bristol Dirt. Here in NR2003 last year, it was a massive wreck fest. We, I remember, saw cautions every 3-4 laps, and then actually at the end of the race, we had a pretty lengthy green flag run. It was about 50 laps or so, if I remember correctly, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter. That Bristol Dirt race is going to be a huge curveball thrown at these competitors and really could open the door for a surprise winner, kind of like what we saw with Justin Haley at Circuit of the Americas.
Certainly could see a surprise winner next week, and certainly could also see some surprise guys have good finishes like we saw with Kaz Gralla finishing 10th tonight. Kurt Busch having really his first good run and first good finish of the season in second place tonight. So